Feel free to chime in. I'm happy to answer any questions you guys have. Whatever you got. Again, we got the breaking news. John Jones versus Real Gone, March 4th. See if it's on paper. I'm just gonna start going down the line here and see what we got on these fights. So first fight I've got on here, we got Caitlin Vieira versus Raquel Pennington. That is an interesting fight. Caitlin Vieira, a really, really strong fighter. She just got a decision over Holly Holm, I believe, in one of her most recent fights. It was a little bit controversial. I think Holly did the more damage in that fight, in my opinion, and just didn't. She didn't get the W, which it is what it is. Our judging is not the best right now, so that's just something we all have to deal with. But all that to say, she is really good. I mean, even just to be in a fight with Holly Holm and do okay, it means she's really good. Raquel Pennington, by the way, Caitlin Vieira's stock price is $4.89. So, you know, her value is reflected in the price. Like she's good. Everyone knows she's good already. Raquel Pennington, her stock price is $3.93. I mean, that's also a good price for a fighter. She's up there because she's a well known name as well. Raquel Pennington, extremely good, consistent. She's a veteran at this point. Caitlin's a little bit younger. I think a little bit hungrier. I think the safe investment here is going to be Caitlin Vieira. She is really good. She's long. She's strong. She's got good grappling, decent boxing. I feel like she's on a championship fight trajectory. So if I'm investing for the long term, or honestly, even on the short term, I think Caitlin Vieira, that's still a lot of value um, with her for sure. Next up, we got Umar Nurmagomedov versus Raoni Barcelos. I went over this fight in our IG prediction strike pick'ems, also on our YouTube shorts. This one is interesting. So Umar is pretty new on the UFC scene, but which is reflected in his $1.68 share price, which I think is just really good for how good he is. And versus Raoni Barcelos, who's at 75 cents. So you can argue that there's a strong value in Raoni Barcelos. 75 cents. He's really good. He's beaten a different Nurmagomedov, Saeed, who's also really, really good, and a unanimous decision. So we know that Raoni Barcelos is really tough. We know he's strong. We know he can handle that, that Dagestani pressure. The difference, Umar Nurmagomedov. I mean, that fight with Saeed was a few years ago, 2020. Umar, he's grown light years in the last, 2 years. I mean, I don't even know if this guy beats Saeed the way Saeed is now. So I don't think he's going to be Umar Nurmagomedov, who actually is Habib's cousin. He's training with Habib. He's training with Islam Makhachev. He's a beast. I mean, I think that fight's at 135. I think that dude Nurmagomedov could easily beat a bunch of 145ers. He's that strong. So I don't see Raoni Barcelos. I don't see him beating Umar. So long, short, whatever you want to call it, I'm going Umar Nurmagomedov. That fight. I mean, all the Nurmagomedovs are beasts. That name holds value. It's like a Honda. You're gonna get a lot of value out of that. A lot of miles in that investment. And at $1.68, I see this guy being champion within the next 2 years, if I had to guess. And usually champions, their stock prices sit right around $5. So, if you want to throw some money in there, wait, 12, 18, maybe 24 months and watch it double, probably triple. I'm not mad at that. Umar Nurmagomedov right there. I triple your money in 2 years. So, just my opinion. Right now, we got Nascimento fighting Hernandez. It's a flyweight bout on the prelims. Next fight on the main card, though, is Punahele Soriano. I always get that name weird. His stock price is 99 cents versus Roman Kopylov. Those are both 185ers. Roman's 98 cents. Soriano's 99 cents. I mean, it's a toss-up fight. They're both pretty young. They're both really good. They're tough. I think momentum is probably behind Soriano. He's got a few more recent fights, but Kopylov is, man, he's scrappy. Whether it's grappling, striking, he'll take you to deep waters anywhere. But ooh, man, that one is a toss up. 99 cents and 98 cents. I don't know if I'm investing a lot of money on either, like right now, but if I gun to my head, I think I would invest in Soriano just because he has the momentum and more recent fights. So he's probably gonna have a better rhythm. I'm gonna move on here. We got Dan Ige versus Damon Jackson. Not to be confused with myself, David Jackson. But I am partial to the guy. I mean, he's got a good name. What's not to love? Damon Jackson's stock price is $1.68. Dan Ige, $1.94. So another comparable set of stock prices. Dan Ige is one of those dudes who has, he fights a lot of really good dudes. Like he's been through the ringer, and his resume shows it. So you're not going to surprise Dan Ige in the octagon. Like he's good. Like he's good for it. Damon Jackson, a little bit younger. Oh, I think we have a finish here. First round submission. And the flyweight, I think it was from Hernandez. Anyways, back to Damon Jackson. Damon Jackson, not super new to the scene, but super new to, I think, a lot of the newer fans. He's good. He's good. He's kind of been like low key, just like, finishing people out. Last loss 2020 to Ilya Topuria. And we saw what that did do to Bryce Mitchell. So I don't know many people that don't lose to Ilya Topuria. So no shame in that. Man, this is another tough one. I think if I gotta invest, in Damon Jackson just because I think he ends up with a little bit longer career. He's on a good trajectory right now. And Dan Ige, he's had a lot of good opportunities. He's capitalized on some. I mean, his name's not 50K Ige for no reason. Like he's down. I just think that Damon Jackson is a fire under his ass, and he's coming for blood. So that's just my take on that. It's a close fight, but I think Damon Jackson takes it, and it's a fighter I'm going long on just because he is good. He's young. If he does lose, he's coming back stronger. So I think that that's a solid, just a long investment in Damon Jackson. But not mad at either. If you invest in Dan Ige, no one's going to scoff at you. Last fight of the main card, Sean Strickland versus Nazardine Imavov. This is supposed to be at 185, but because Sean Strickland came in at the last minute, they're actually fighting at 205. So Sean's at 205, Nasruddin came in at 195, meaning he was the dude was in shape. He was ready to cut his little 10 pounds in this fight. So that tells me he's ready to go. Sean, maybe not in as good of shape, but he did fight, 6 weeks ago. So we can't be that far out of shape. Sean is a crazy dude. So I'm sure you saw his fight with our boy Jared Cannonier. That was another close fight. This one's going to be close too. Sean Strickland, $2.39 per share. Nasruddin Imavov, $1.95. This fight card is full of tough ones, guys. These are all tough. Nasruddin, he's also a Dagestani. He's just one of the few that aren't trying to maul you the entire time. So he's got great striking. He's crispy. He can wrestle. He's super versatile, and I think that kind of sums up Sean Strickland too. Sean Strickland is a crisp boxer. He's got that nice jab, and he has surprisingly good grappling too. And he's been in the gym, grappling, fighting with Hazmat Shemaev. So he's he's ready as well. Whew. This one is gonna be a close fight. Again, I feel like I keep saying that like back to back, but all these fights are really close today. Nasruddin's price is at $1.95. He's young. I think just on the merit of his schedule, strength of schedule, and timing wise, I think I'm investing in Nasruddin Imavov. I don't know why. I just think he's young. He's athletic. He's got a great set of skills. He trains with the Dagestanis, and man, it's tough to bet against those dudes. It really is. It's like it's like betting against Brady or just like there's a certain pedigree that comes with Dagestani fighters that is not going to make you comfortable betting against or investing against. So I'm invested in Nasruddin. I do believe in Sean. I think he's a great fighter, but I think Nasruddin gets a maybe unanimous victory. Maybe takes Sean down a couple times, secures the unanimous victory that way. That's my opinion. That's the fights. Those are the investments. And let's hope this John Jones versus Ciryl Gane pans out. That's March 4th. Less than 2 months away. That's crazy. You'd think they want, full, I would say at least a full 3 months to start marketing that fight just because it's John Jones' return fight. But man, it's a good fight. It's a good fight. Ciryl Gane is quick. He's powerful. But my opinion, John Jones, he's got the wrestling. He also is quick, probably more technical than Ciryl Gane. So I think if that fight goes down between John Jones and Ciryl Gane, I think John wins that fight just on his wrestling pedigree alone. We saw what Francis Ngannou did to Ciryl Gane with his limited wrestling skills. John Jones compared to Francis Ngannou with wrestling is like through the roof. So I'm looking for John Jones to win that fight. It's probably going to be for an interim championship, heavyweight championship, or for the vacant belt if Francis decides not to fight and go into free agency. But yeah, looking at a John Jones victory March 4th. You heard it first right here. David Jackson at Prediction Strike. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and download the Prediction Strike app. If you haven't downloaded it yet, you can invest in your fighters. You don't have to bet anymore. You can invest long. It's way more entertaining and I think way more valuable skill set wise than just strictly betting. Maybe play around with both. All right, guys. Thanks, guys. And peace out and enjoy the fights tonight.